Today I wanted to kick off a vlog for this upcoming Friendly Light Friday blog post related to Chickering's 7 vectors, and today I want to focus on vector 3, and that's from his book Education and Identity from 1969, and as well there was an updated version by he and Linda Reiser in 1993. Now again, there's been a lot of work by scholars kind of relating to college students today, and so I want to share a little bit about this with you and then actually have you kind of think about on your own and reflect about how this might actually impact our students today. So the focus of the blog this Friday is developing a light, moving through autonomy to interdependence. And this whole idea is, it involves these 3 things that the students are kind of going through during their time. Typically, it probably happens within the first year to, sophomore year, but it also might be for grad students who are starting their first year in grad school. But it involves 3 things, this idea of autonomy and moving through interdependence. The first one is emotional dependence. And it's really the whole idea that typically when students are first coming into the university, they might feel that they need to be reassured by a faculty member or a staff member that they're, they're doing the right thing as they're working on an assignment, or, making sure that they're filling out a form properly, like through the registration process. The other is being reassured by their peers. And what the hope is as they're moving through autonomy to interdependence, is that they have the capacity to kind of reassure themselves, be able to lift themselves up and find ways to go through handling any emotional challenges that they might have. And really, it's kind of it really connects to well-being and how do they do that for them. So some of them, it might be going to the gym. Others, it might be taking time to listen to live music, whatever that might be for them. The second one is instrumental dependence, and that is the ability to solve problems within a self-directed manner. It's kind of if, a lot of times I'll have students, they'll receive an assignment and I'll have a rubric that spells out, here's specifically what you need to work on, if that's related to content or writing expectations. But there's still this challenge or fear that they're not doing it right, that there's not enough guidelines for them to follow. And so the hope is as they're moving through their time during college, that they actually feel confident in their ability to make that decision and say, okay, I've got these guidelines. Here is how I'm going to solve this problem, or write this paper, or create this presentation. The third is interdependence. And interdependence is really when a student finds their place within the community, and they're caring about the welfare of the community at that time. And so the hope is from these 3, so again, moving through autonomy to interdependence has 3 things: emotional dependence, instrumental dependence, as well as interdependence. We're hoping that students they have to think through how does one learn to know when and how to get help. And really that's what students are doing, is they're navigating this university environment by attending classes, potentially student employment, student organizations, of how are they going to handle their emotional stability, how are they making decisions on their own and feeling comfortable doing that, even and that's also when they're seeking out opportunities to be engaged in the university environment, as well as what is their commitment to a learning community within the classroom, what is their commitment to a student org they've become involved in within just the campus as a whole, and then also as students engage outside of the university walls within the surrounding community or abroad. And so I saw this one quote that I just wanted to share. Let me move to this really quickly. Thank you for your patience. Of course, it's going to be at the very end. And yeah, I wanted to just end on this quote from Education and Identity. Learning to use strengths and act on values enriches the society. And when students struggle to define their best selves, rather than succumbing to passivity or alienation, they fulfill their own potential and renew the world around them one corner at a time. And I really think that if we think about that, how does one learn to know when and how to get help. If a student is able to develop their emotional, instrumental, and dependence and interdependence, this ability to emotionally self-soothe or find out what they need from a well-being perspective, the idea to develop confidence and the capacity to solve problems on their own and to seek out opportunities, as well as interdependence, making a commitment to the community. So in this week's blog post, I hope to share a few examples of some of the questions that they asked students in a study when they were looking at education and identity. And again, I'm going to challenge you all, because this work is from 1969 and 1993, and there is additional scholarship, so you can seek that out. But I want you to think about, how does this apply to our students today within the university environment? And for those of you who are in various environments that are not in the university, I would challenge, high school students, people who are engaging in high school students, parents, teachers, as well as those of you who may be supervising individuals from the age, of 18 to 25, and what that might look like. So I hope you all are having an amazing week. Again, check out Education and Identity. You can look up Chickering and Reiser, see where they've been cited in other work. And please check out the blog this Friday. I would love to hear any feedback that you have. All right, have an awesome Wednesday. All right, bye.